In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this coffee table for about $60 using off-the-shelf lumber and basic tools. The plans for this coffee table are already live and they're free. You can go ahead and click on over and download those and get building, or you can hang around and get a few tips from me while I build it. So if you watched our video last week, we made a very simple modern style console table. Honestly, I wasn't planning on using it in my house, but after it was done, I just fell in love with it. We love it so much that we're gonna build a matching coffee table. So I went to the lumber store and got the wood. It's the same wood as the console table, just we'll need a little bit more because we've got a wider width, but the 2x4 that makes up the legs and the cross pieces, the 1x4 that makes up the trim, and then the 1x10 that makes up the top. Now this project's really easy to modify, so if you wanted to make a wider coffee table, you would just buy 1x12s. Or if you wanted to make it narrower, you would just buy shorter length wood. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to cut all of my boards over here on my compound miter saw. So I'm going to check the width of my boards and make sure that they're 9 1/4 wide. If they're not, then I'll need to make some adjustments. So when you read through the plan, I'll make those notes in the plan. So when you're building, you want to try to pick the nicest board that you can. So a couple ways that you can do that are just take your board and look down it and make sure that it's square on all sides. And look for boards without any cracks. Smaller knots are usually better than bigger ones. You know, look for things that are difficult to sand off. So sometimes you'll get a board, especially with 2x4s, you can see a little bit of this like stamping. And that's really hard to remove. So a lot of times what I'll do is place that where you can't see it or cut around that. So the other side is actually fine, so I can use that for something else. So now I'm going to start making that bevel cut for the ankle pieces. $5.5 on the money. Okay. Now I can just production cut. The only thing with this coffee table is it's kind of like, where do I start? Okay, so those boards there are all the legs. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the shelf material out of my 1x10s. These are 8-footers, and so basically I'm cutting a little less than half, so that way I maximize use of my material. So start by cutting off the end so I have a nice square end. So the way that this coffee table works is we're going to need to get some width to it, right? And the problem is you can't just buy a board like this, 1x board in more than like 11¼ inches wide. You can buy project panels, which is a really good alternative, and you can also buy plywood. Those things would definitely work for this instead of doing it this way. But I live in rural Alaska. I can't just run to the Home Depot and buy a project panel. Kind of got to make my own. So what I'm doing is using two 1x10s, and I need to join them some way down the middle here, right? Now I could simply just glue this and clamp it overnight, and that would definitely work. So, but then I would have to wait overnight to work on my project. I don't like waiting overnight to work on my project. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Craig jig to join these together down the middle. And I have a lot of different Craig jigs, but I recently got this one. It's about $30, and I thought we'd test it out on this and see how it works. So, open it up. I haven't had a new tool in a while, so this is kind of exciting. Okay, so that's what it looks like inside. Look at this. That's really awesome. So, the drill bit, it's easy to reset it. This has got to be the guide. Maybe I should read directions. This has got to hold a clamp is what this has got to do. Here, look at that. So it's already set for 3/4. So my guess is we're going to do this kind of thing. And then put a clamp in there. Okay, so maybe I should read the directions. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes though. So this is actually a really cool tool. I'm just going to leave it set like this. So this is really cool because it enables you to drill 2 pocket holes at the same, like if you're doing it on a 1x4, you can drill 2 pocket holes, but then you can change it so they're 2 side by side if you're drilling into a 1x2. So I'm going to give it a test. This is the first time I've used this tool. Maybe I should grab a scrap. Nah, I trust it. There. Okay. So, and then I'll just use this to hold the board piece. All right. Out of the box and drilling holes in 5 minutes. Can't be right. I got blue. Maybe. Nope. There was just something in there. Look at that. Holy cow, that was easy. Wow. That's a good tool. Okay. This isn't bad. I feel like that bit is just super sharp or something, and that's why it's so easy. Look at that. It's almost effortless. It's a really good tool. So excited. Stocking stuffers. Okay. Sometimes you just need 1 pocket hole too, or 2, and so you don't need the whole jig. This would be everybody should own this. Got my holes drilled with my little mini Craig jig, and let's see, start joining them together. Look at that. I'm just like blown away at how good of a tool it is for the cost. So if you just do woodworking once in a while, and you don't want to invest in like a big Craig jig, that little mini jig, it takes up no space. You just pull it out, use it when you need it, put it back in. Perfect stocking stuffer. So that was really easy. The other thing, of course, we definitely could have just used plywood for these, but when you go to stain it up, it just doesn't look as good. So if you're painting, plywood, definitely an easy way to go. But if you're staining, you want to use real boards. So that's why I chose this. All right, so I'm going to move on to building the legs. So here's the pieces, and it's going to go like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and nail it all together. Nails seem plenty strong on the console table. If you are at all worried about strength, there's a couple things you could do. You can use pocket hole screws here. That would definitely help strengthen things up. And then the cross braces, you could use screws here. That would help as well. But I'm just going to use nails because that seems to be working just fine. Another tip I've learned along the way is if you just shoot all your nails in straight, then you just got nails in there straight. But if you kind of angle them a little bit and they start kind of crisscrossing, that can really help if there's any wobble. So you'll notice I on purpose will angle my nailer just a little bit, and it's shooting in at different angles, kind of tying everything in. It doesn't have to be much either. So little stuff like that can really help you build better furniture. So yeah, so now I'm just putting the cross supports in. These are mostly decorative, but they are actually structural because right now we just got that nail joint. What's going to keep it just from doing this thing, like a parallelogram, right? These cross supports are. So the main thing here is make sure your 45s are lining up. And if it ends up, like, just make sure that line looks good. If it ends up being a little long there or a little short, that's nothing to worry about. This is what we're looking for. If you have a speed square, go ahead and use it to check and make sure that you're square too, which we are. Okay, so I got the legs all done here. And so now I'm gonna work on putting the 1x4 trim around these guys. So in the console table, I did things a little bit differently. And I just wanna do this one this way so that you guys have some options. If you prefer it this way, then, you know. So I'm gonna start by measuring and cutting trim for the ends. Switch nails in my nailer to the 1 1/4 inch. I got the 2 trays done, so now I'm going to start attaching the legs inside of them. So how this is going to work, I did my math right. This will fit in there. Glue it and nail it right in there. Okay, so this is the top. And we'll go ahead and start attaching the base. So I'm thinking it might be easier just to go ahead and throw some screws in to connect these two, just because if I put nails in and I tried to rotate it, it wouldn't be very strong, right? So I'm just going to use Craig jig screws, which I used for the seam, and you could use other screws, but these are what I have on hand. This is the bottom, you won't see any of this. So I don't have any screw holes to hide or anything like that. If you want to have a longer screw, that would be even better. Okay, so that's all attached. So right now there's just some 2 little short screws attaching these guys. That's not enough. So what we're gonna do is glue, nail these guys on, and that will be enough. Good. I think it matches really nicely. I'm trying to stain it. Well, our coffee table turned out amazing. It's very, very sturdy, and I love it. I want to say it's one of my most favorite coffee tables that I've ever built, which is crazy because it's such a simple design. So this project only took us a couple hours to build. I'm linking the plans in the description, so if you want to build this, go ahead and click down below and head on over and download those plans and build it. Please share a photo when you're done so that we can see how your project turns out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.